honest truth is if you want to hit the golf ball longer with the exact same effort with an iron, you need shaft lean. This is non-negotiable. So have a look at these 4 images on the screen right here. Image 1, this is the strike up and down on the club face. So from the bottom leading edge all the way to the top. If you have a look at this next image right here, if you have no shaft lean, okay, so 0 degrees amount of shaft lean, look at where your strike location is. It's low. That's where you get that sort of vibration right up that club face. And if you have negative shaft lean, so no shaft lean at all, and actually the hand's way behind the golf ball, this is even lower on the face. But the magic one here is, if you have around 6 to 10 degrees of shaft lean, you can look where that strike location goes. It goes right in to where that sweet spot is. Now I'm going to hit a shot right here that will have 0 degrees of shaft lean. That will be 0, that will be negative shaft lean, and that will be way about sort of 6 to 10. So there's not too much difference in that, but it makes the world of difference in terms of distance. So let's hit this one away with no shaft lean. Just to reiterate that again, this would be negative shaft lean, and this would be sort of our 6 to 10, just to show you like what that looks like in real life. So let me hit this one away, just make sure we're all lined up here. What a beautiful hole, by the way. This is a cracker, uphill. This is 17th here at the Millennium Course at Don Pedro Golf Resorts, and this is, well, we're in November. So let's hit this one away with no shaft lean. So even look at that shot right there. I hit it a little bit fat, and I'll be honest, you leave yourself susceptible to fat and thin shots when you have very little to no shaft lean, and even more so when you have negative shaft leans, those hands significantly behind the golf ball. So look at that there, carry 105. Now I reckon we can increase that by 35 yards. Now you might be saying, Alex, well you caught that thin. But I reckon even on a good shot, the max I could hit a 7 iron with no shaft lean, 130. I reckon I could punch this out to 160 when I really get a load of shaft lean. Sounds ridiculous. I've got, well, let me tell you what I'm going to do now. Now, as a golf coach, when golfers come to a lesson with me, we end up trying like 2 to 3 different drills until we land on one that we're like, oh, that is perfect for my golf game. Alex, that's the one I'm leaving this lesson with. So these are my 3 favorite shaft lean drills to get you to this image right here where your hands are ahead of the golf ball. We've got that sort of 6 to 10 degrees of shaft lean, which the most important part of this is moves our strike location up the face. I'm excited for you to try this one. All you need is either a golf club or a alignment stick. Let's get it set up. So the first drill is what I call the finish line drill. Key, a 7 iron in my hand, 7 iron ball position. The idea is we need the hands to finish over that line before the club head. Hence why I call it the finish line drill. Now, there's a very specific way I get my students to do this, and you're now one of those students. I want you to stand there, correct ball position, and I call it preset. Watch this. My hips move up and back and around. My head is over the stick. My weight and my pressure is more on this side of the stick, and my hands are ahead. What I'm doing is I'm presetting where I'm trying to get to. I work back, I hit away. All I'm trying to do is get that sensation of a half swing and holding that preset back and through to really exaggerate the sensation of getting my hands ahead. So let's hit this one away. It's literally as easy as that. Let's hit this one. So just a quick reminder of those key points. My shoulders are pointing parallel to target, if target was here. My hips are open, and my hands are ahead. Also take note of my hip position to my head position. Key markers. So work it in. Ball position is ideal for 7 iron. Feel it. Back and hit it. Now look how that flew. Woo! Now that's a drill. That drill there just flew 120 yards through the air. And that was a half swing drill. Bear in mind the first one with 0 shaft lean, I only went 115. Half swing, 120. Now we are building up to hitting more of a full shot, but I really want you to look at this slow-mo again of that preset finish line drill. I'm presetting it, I'm exaggerating, I'm feeling those hips to shoulder ratio, and look where my hips are, look where my shoulders are, look where my hands are at address. These are all really key important points. Swing back halfway and strike it. Just take note, those hands winning the race. You can achieve that with that drill. But don't forget, let's try 2 more because as I say with my students, it's important just to try a few and see which one is your favorite. Let's get so good at those pocket to pocket swings. I can't reiterate that enough, you know. Like for me, this is such an integral part of being a good ball striker, doing countless shots. So just giving you a quick idea of what I mean by that is if you're going to the range and hitting 50 balls, let's say your first 10 to 15 would be those pocket to pocket preset drills. And you should include also this next drill in that, if you prefer the next drill as opposed to the first. We've got this alignment stick in here again. I now call it the hammer drill. The hammer being the butt end of my golf club, the wall being where this alignment stick is, so our finish line was before. I've still got my 7-iron in my hand, so I've got the correct 7-iron ball position just ahead of middle. I want you now, and this is going to look really aggressive and really strange, but if you're new to golf, you've got to really exaggerate things if you want them to be sort of bleeding into your swing and become more normal. We're going to swing back only halfway, but I want you now to practice this. Now you sort of see it's quite an aggressive, short, sharp movement where I'm trying to hammer the butt end into this wall, okay? This being the wall here, like this. Now, just as I'm doing that, I would feel a tiny bit of this flexion. This is a real misunderstood point about shaft lead. I'm just adding this in here now. I've just thought about this and I thought, you know what, guys, I've got to share this with you. If I just push my hands ahead, look at my club face. It opens ridiculously. I've got to push my hands ahead and move my knuckles to target. So that motion, okay? So the second drill, here, boof, in, here, boof, in. Now, if you're going to hit a shot away, all I want you to do now is the feeling of a half shot again, pocket to pocket perfection, where you're trying to not let the club head overtake your hands. And I've got a tiny bit of that flexion in there too. So it's a practice that, and the shot is just like that. So look at this feeling right here. Again, I'm just working pocket to pocket, and I'm trying to get my hands to hammer that nail in into that wall and feel them driving that butt of the club into that wall as I'm adding a bit of flexion. But the reality is, what it looks like in real life is I'm trying to hit a shot away where I never let the club head overtake my hands. Now, reminder, these first 2 ones are very aggressive drills. This last one is one I think you could take straight to the course. Third and final drill. Now, this is a real beauty. And again, I said earlier, I should see average I would hit with no shaft lean around 130. I'm expecting 30 yards more distance on this shot. Sounds crazy, but my analogy that I would use for this is, and I've done a course vlog on the channel that's going up in the next few weeks, and the amount of times I hit this shot on the course, I call it, never let the club head go above your chest. It's not very catchy, I realise that, but club head below chest. There's probably a better name for it, but that's the idea. So this is now still a finish line idea. And on the golf course, imagine that there, wherever your ball position is with your corresponding club. Full backswing, but finish now where you're never trying to feel the club head is getting above your chest, okay? Now, in reality, it probably will, but that's what I'm trying to feel. Because if I reverse that, look where my hands would have been. If my club head is above my chest early, like this, well, look how I reverse that process. So let's show you that again. Club head above chest early. What does that look like? Negative shaft lean to no shaft lean. Club head never getting above chest. What does that look like? Much more shaft lean, that 6 to 10 we spoke about at the start of the video. Right, enough of me waffling. Let's smash this and show you that distance. Oh, look at that finish. Hold it, pose it, feel it. Numbers coming through. Whoa, just slightly short. Whoa, just a little further actually. 169 yards. Again, I was putting the same effort in this. I'm talking about in this video how you can steal yards with swinging the same speed. And having shaft lean makes you find more of the center. You get the meat of the club. You also slightly de-loft and hit down. You get better launch conditions, and that's why you get your distance. Thanks for watching.